Hi, everybody. I feel totally bad that I didn't let anyone know I was going live. Sorry, guys. I've been bad about doing that lately because I've been late and I just want to make sure that I get going. Weird. I'm back. Are you guys there? What just happened? Don't do this to me. Okay, hopefully it's not going to do that again. That was really, really weird. I'm not sure what happened. Just cut out for a second. All right. Welcome, welcome. Don't forget, as you come into the chat, say hello, and I will say hello back and welcome you. And also, don't forget to minimize the chat for a second. Give this video a thumbs up so that the YouTube algorithm will put it out to all of those who want to see and get some ideas for a fun Halloween keto season. Happy Halloween, everybody. So say hello. I'm going to see who's here. Quite a few of you this morning. So awesome. Welcome, welcome. And let's see who's here. Rosie Osales is here. Awesome. Epiphany London. Sue. I think I got it right. Keto Grace is Sarah. I think so. I could be wrong about that one. Welcome, Marlene Kaufman from Frisco, Texas. ADH Snuggles, who is Angela. Welcome. Karen Rothwell. Woo woo. She is here. She is my awesome moderator and very good friend. Reina Gonzalez is here. Hello. Josie Keto Mama of 3. I don't think I've met you before. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. Janet Koenig is here. Hello, sweetie. Oh, it's Debbie. See? Sarah. Why did I call you Sarah? I'm going to get this. It's my mother's name. Take a deep breath. How come you're not Keto Debbie? We make it so much easier. Sorry about the wobbly camera. I'm not sure why it's being so strange today. It's probably because it's Halloween. We have some ghosties joining us as trying to share in the live chat this morning. Yeah. So, yeah, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Hey, Jennifer Angus. And forgive my voice because I think I'm coming down with something. Sadly, I almost didn't do live chat today because I felt really terrible last night and I woke up this morning feeling not so awesome. Not exactly sure what's wrong with me. My voice is just a little gravelly and I feel really nauseous and dizzy like I had the keto flu, but I bathed in electrolytes yesterday and it did nothing. So I really think I'm just sick, which is a bummer. Total bummer, especially coming into Halloween season and we're having fun party today. So yes, I am actually wearing my Halloween costume. I didn't do a very good job. My hair is supposed to be red, much more poofy, a big poof in the front, which I'm really not good at, as you can see. I got more of a 80s feather going on than a nice big poof. And of course, flipped up at the bottom, which I sort of was able to do. And I'm supposed to wear this cute little yellow tank top with a white shirt underneath. I am not going to tell you who I am. I should have a pink thing in my hair too, not this color, but I wanted to match my shirt. And I couldn't find a good pink one that I liked. So I'm not going to tell you which character I am playing today because I don't want to give away our theme. So if you guys don't follow me over on my family channel, you should. It's called Hide and Seek, Hyde. Make sure you put the Y or it won't come up because there's 50 billion hide and seek videos that people have made, playing hide and seek. So that's our family channel. And over there, we are going to be doing a costume reveal. I'm hoping to get it up on Halloween. It's going to be tricky because we haven't been able to actually film it because of the weather. The weather today is ridiculous. Can I just say it is 27 degrees? I'm kind of ticked. I'm kind of not happy about it. I hate the cold so much. And I love Christmas more than anyone, but I do not love winter and the cold. And I'm pretty mad. Thankfully, I get to stay inside most of the day today. We do have a Halloween party, but it will be inside. It will be indoors tonight. But I did want to dress up. This is my costume. It's not super Halloween-y or exciting, but it does go with the theme. And I will give you one clue. I'm the mother of 2 children, a girl and a boy. A boy who's very smart and a girl who's always angry. And if you know my kids' names, the boy's name is one of my kids' names. There, you probably have it now, right? Probably not. All right, well, anyway, moving on. Let's do some real Halloween talk. So, Halloween. I decided to talk about Halloween today, even though Halloween isn't something that I, as a mom, worry about too much. It's more of a kid holiday than anything. And I think for most people, it's not like something they super stress over, like Thanksgiving or Christmas. But I have seen so many posts in the Facebook groups that I'm on recently about people that are basically just going to shun Halloween. They are going to shut off their lights and go indoors in order to avoid having the temptation of having candies and things like that in their house to give out to the little kitties on Halloween. And I thought, how sad. And I decided I was going to make a video on how you can make your Halloween keto safe and super fun for everybody, you and the kiddos, and make it so that you can make memories on Halloween rather than avoiding it like it's a plague. Because, one thing we have to learn is to live in the world and live in our lives and still be able to do what we need to for our health. And this is just another one of those holidays that, of course, can be hugely triggering. I'm the queen. I have so many children. I have 9 children. I have been doing Halloween for a long time with kids. And I used to be the queen of trading with my kids and bartering with my kids. Oh, I even tried that thing where you put everything the in the bag and give it to the great pumpkin so that the great pumpkin brings back a toy so the kids don't eat all the sugar. So guess who gets to eat it? Yeah, I totally did that a couple of years. And then I decided that was probably not a good idea. So I just let my kids eat all the candy after that. We have food allergies in our family, and so Halloween has always been a struggle for us, from the beginning, and we've had to be creative in the things that we do. So I wanted to give some fun Halloween ideas for ways that you can survive the holiday that will bring you great joy instead of just avoidance, because avoidance isn't always the answer. It's sometimes the answer, but it's not always the answer. So for a few items, I'm going to start with what can you do on Halloween that doesn't involve food? Okay, so there's lots of things. We can have a Halloween party, invite over our friends, all dress up, do a murder mystery night. Murder mystery nights are super fun and they don't have to involve anything but dinner. You don't have to have treats and candies and things for that. Just a nice, yummy keto dinner like you normally would make and bring your friends over. If you have kids, of course, dress up with them like I am this year and join in the fun. Have a family theme or just go to a family, do activities together as a family dressed up. Just dress up and enjoy being someone else for the day, being a character. Enjoy that. It's fun. You get to pretend to be someone else for a minute, and I like doing that. I think that's really, really fun. Don't forget games. You can play games with your kids. There's lots of games that don't involve candy or whatever. The kids could do bobbing for apples, and you guys could not participate, or you could bite into the apple and just not eat it. It's like, you can stick your face in water. Why not? Water's not going to hurt you. A tiny bit of apple in your teeth probably won't hurt you either. There's lots of different games that you can play with your kids that wouldn't involve food. And any game that does involve food, you could take the food out of it and probably figure out another way to do it. As far as what you can give to the kiddos that doesn't involve candy, there's like so many ideas. I mean, come on, there's definitely the Teal Pumpkin Project where we're encouraged to give away non-food items anyway for kids with food allergies and things like that, with kids with celiac disease. So this is just another opportunity for you to not be tempted to offer cute little dollar store toys, or even go to Oriental Trading and get a bunch of little jacks games or bouncy balls or, funny goofy glasses or whatever you can afford to pass out. If you have a highly trafficked house, of course, you're going to want to get some things that are way cheaper. You're not going to want to spend a ton of money. But if you're going to have only a few people coming by, you can get really creative with your stuff. We only have a few people that come by our house. It's really disappointing because we hoped when we bought this really cool 2-story Victorian that we'd be able to really deck the halls literally for Halloween and be like the neighborhood hotspot. But the problem is we're kind of on the outskirts of our neighborhood, and a lot of the kids just don't venture across into our area, our one street. Our one street is kind of separate from the other group. So I've been able to spend a little bit more money. And for the last few years, even before keto, we decided we were going to give away something special. Did we go out and buy giant candy bars for these kids? No, no, we did not. We have been giving out cans of soda for since we moved here. So this will be our 7th year handing out cans of soda. And the beauty of that is that if you want to, you can do all diet soda. And you know what? The parents are always so happy when they can find a Diet Coke or a Coke Zero to help them get through the night as they're walking their kids around. Now, sodas, I realize, are pretty hefty things for little kids to carry around. You're also not going to have kids that are going to like fill up their entire bag with all your sodas and take off like they do with candy if you set it out. So technically, you could set it out and say, take one, please, on your honor, and probably not have someone haul off the entire cooler. Though, you never know. You never know if you don't want to be the one that actually participates in handing things out. But I think that seeing the kids in all their costumes and talking to them and telling them how adorable they are and how impressed they are with their hard work, putting together their lovely costume is a nice way to enjoy the holidays. So if you can come up with a non-sugar way to give something out for Halloween, that's always good. This year, we're adding to the mix something that's super uber cheap. You can get a box of 12 for $1.98 at Walmart, or $1.68, I think I actually got them for. Sugar-free Kool-Aid pouches, which are much nicer for the kids to carry around. They last longer. They don't shake up and get all, fizzy when the kids get home, so they don't feel like they have to drink them right away, and they can pop it in their bag just like a treat. And it's super easy. You can put it in a cooler or you can just give it out. You don't even have to cool it off. So I think that those drink pouches, especially the sugar-free Kool-Aid ones, are great. And I'll tell you what, the cherry ones taste really, really good. So if you're looking for something for yourself that you can have later, those are actually not bad. They really taste good. I don't mind them at all. So those are some ideas for things that you can actually pass out to kids that don't involve having candy in the house and all that temptation if that is a problem. Now, if you want to participate in the candy part, there are so many options. There are so many more options now than there used to be for candy on Halloween. And everybody knows my favorite because I talk about it all the time. But I am a sucker for a good gummy bear, and Smart Sweets has definitely got my vote. Now, a lot of people say it will kick you out of ketosis. That has not been my experience, though I don't test ketones. It can cause some gas and bloating, but nothing like those sugar-free Haribo ones that'll literally put you in the bathroom dying for days. These things will not give you diarrhea unless you really pack them in. So if you eat just one package of these, you should be fine, unless you're uber super sensitive to the tapioca starch that is in it. Well, I think it's, prebiotic soluble fiber from tapioca. So if tapioca triggers you or bothers you or your system, it may not be the best choice, but these are stevia sweetened, guys, which means no maltitol diarrhea coming on. These are awesome. You can eat them without guilt. And if you're only having them on Halloween, and even if it kicks you out of ketosis for one day or gives you a little bit of gas, it's definitely worth the treat because these are delicious. Another great option, of course, is Lily's products. Lily's has a lot of products. They have a lot of bars and things like that. But one of my favorite new things, you'll see that my package has been open and eaten. It is gone. Are these peanut butter cups. Oh my heck. These are so good. And let me tell you guys right here, they are stevia sweetened, which makes them not going to send you to the bathroom, because I'll tell you, a lot of the sugar-free candies that you can get at Walmart and stuff like that you can have like one piece and that is all. These you can eat the entire package and you don't have to feel guilty. Are they fat bombs? Yes, they are. So if you are doing what I'm doing normally, where I am doing the low-fat keto to lose weight, you're going to have to be careful with fat bombs. But the beauty of doing the low-fat keto is that it makes having a fat bomb day super fun. Because it's not something you're doing every day, it feels like an extra special treat. Lily makes all kinds of different chocolates, and they even make chocolate chips. So I'll sometimes get the chocolate chips, either these brand or the Bake Believe. And the things I like about the Bake Believe is that they are also dairy-free, which means my little kids who are allergic to milk can also have them. And it's hard to find candy that they can have that's chocolate. So I like to have someone hand for them. And I just get some of that. Oh, I should have brought up my whipped cream can. Shoot. I have some of that green sugar-free whipped cream in the can from Walmart. It's Great Value brand. It's just right next to the other creams in the Walmart refrigerator section. And I like to just put like a layer of cream and a few chocolate chips and then a layer of cream and a few chocolate chips. And that is a really tasty little treat. That's super easy. It's not hard to do. Tastes like candy and it's super fun. Of course, you can go all out, but I prefer to do all out on Thanksgiving where I would make like a keto cheesecake or a pie or some kind of really fancy dessert. I prefer to save that for Thanksgiving and Christmas. You could definitely do that. I have posted a recipe recently on my channel for a really delicious pumpkin type food. So one thing you could do is go buy yourself a pumpkin, make yourself a delicious pumpkin dinner with that yummy gravy on the top, and then what is more Halloween than roasted pumpkin seeds? I made these yesterday, and I have to say, they are so good. They are so much better than the ones you can buy in the store. Oh my gosh. And they're super crispy. Listen. Oh, I don't know if it'll do it. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear it, but they're super extra crispy because you can cook them as long as you want. So the way I did these was I scraped out my kids' pumpkins. We carved pumpkins with the kids. And so I decided to save my seeds for me. And so I sorted them out, rinsed them. I put them in a brine. I basically put them in a pan or in a bowl, and I just dumped a heck of a ton of salt in some water and put it in there and brined it overnight. And then I drained them out, spread them out on a pan. Before I spread them out on the pan, I put them back in the bowl and I put a little bit of coconut oil in there to like just coat them a bit. And then I put some more salt on top of that. And you could even add like some spice, like Tony Chachere's or paprika or something yummy, or some dill or some garlic. You could go crazy with these. You could come up with some fun things. You could even put some things sweet on them. You could put erythritol or something and make like a pumpkin spice, like with cinnamon. Oh my gosh, I'm totally going to try that now. I think I am. That sounds so good. Anyway, you lay them out on a cookie sheet in a single layer. Pop them in the oven for about 45 minutes on 300 degrees, and they are amazing. And I will tell you this, when I buy sunflower seeds from the store, I will eat them, and I will swell up the next day with like water retention like you would not believe. And I ate at least a half a cup of these yesterday, and I thought for sure I was going to just blow up like a balloon this morning. And actually, nope. I actually whooshed some more water weight off, and I'm not blowing up. I'm actually another pound down, and I'm like, oh my gosh, is this my new solution? Real pumpkin seeds? It's too bad you can't get pumpkins all year round. So take advantage of it while you can. Even if you just get those pie pumpkins and cook them in the microwave like I did in my video. They're delicious, and there's plenty of seeds if you save them up. There's not enough seeds like to make a big pan of them in one tiny little pumpkin that you get for a dinner like that. But if you're having pumpkin carving with your kids, save the seeds. Save the seeds. And I don't really like to cook the pumpkin that's in the pumpkins that we carve. I find it to be a little bit too rough, but you definitely could. Maybe you just have to cook it longer. Maybe boil it instead of microwave it. I don't know. There's probably people who are really creative that way and make some really delicious pumpkin desserts using the pumpkin from their kids' pumpkins after they're done carving them out. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. The last thing that I want to suggest is drinks. Okay. So everybody knows I love me some birthday cake bang. In fact, I'm going to take a little sip right now. Oh man, I don't know what it is about this flavor that I like. Some people truly hate it, but I really love this sweet with a tiny bit of, just got a little bit of sour note to it. I don't know, but I like it. I like it a lot. And you know what it's really good in? Really good in it? A little bit of heavy cream. Yep, a little bit of heavy cream makes it taste like a root beer float. That's another option. You can get some diet root beer, some Halo Top, or Rebel ice cream, vanilla. Put a little scoop in there. Make yourself a delicious float. There's sugar-free orange drinks you could do that with. There's sugar-free everything, guys. Sugar-free everything. Mix it with a little heavy cream. Mix it with a little ice cream. Make a little treat that way. Super fun. Super delicious. Even the kids would probably drink it. Guys, well, don't give the kids this. Probably not a good idea. Woo! The kids are always like, Mom, can I have that? No, this is Mama's drink. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Mama's. Rockstar actually makes a 300 milligram caffeine one too. I just tried the marshmallow though. It tastes like deflated apple to me. It doesn't have any, like, that's one thing about Rockstar's sweet drinks. They're like one note. They don't have any like extra things. The Bang has a little bit of sour with the sweet, or a little bit of salty with the sweet, or a little bit of whatever. They just have more than one note. And I felt like all the Rockstar ones I've tried are completely one. Just kind of boring. I even tried adding Soleil water into it to see if the salt would help, and it just made it so much worse. Ugh. Yeah, marshmallow, Rockstar, not my favorite. And you got to know, marshmallow is one of my favorite flavors, so I was extremely disappointed. All right, so do you guys have any other things that you think you could do for Halloween to make it fun? Post those right now. I'm going to go up and start the Q&A. We're 20 minutes in, so we have 40 minutes for Q&A. I'd really like to finish on time today. We went way over time last time, and I'd really prefer not to do that again. It was hard on my kids to have me doing that for 2 hours last week. So I'm going to try and be a good mom and make sure that I don't go over time. So if you have a burning question that must be answered right away, don't forget the super chat option. It is there. If you donate even $1, it'll pop it up and let me see it really quick. That will help me answer it quickly, because I may or may not get to the bottom. It was really hard getting to the bottom last week. And I have a hard time not getting to the bottom. Like, it makes me feel, I don't know, like I let people down if I don't get everybody's questions answered. But it's getting harder. It might not be bad today. We don't have as many people. Last week we had like 110. That was crazy. And you know what's really annoying? My video got flagged as not suitable for all viewers because of the word binge in the title. I had to change it to overeating. Why is binging a thing advertisers wouldn't want to participate in? It's one of those things we don't talk about. That bothered me. Okay, let's go back up and see where you guys are. Daphne is a good guess. It is not Daphne. We have done that before, though, when Eloise was Daphne. Was it Eloise? No, Virginia was Daphne. I am not Daphne. But I do kind of look like Daphne. But the cartoon is not in that era. The cartoon is actually in the era of my mid children. It's not that old. Thank you for linking my channel, Karen. I appreciate you guys going over there. I mean, you may not be family vlog watchers. If you aren't, don't subscribe. It's probably boring. But if you want to see what it's like in my house, I lay it all out there over there too, just like I lay it all out there over here. It's pretty scary. All right, let's see. Chug-a-lug Doug says he's going to give kids hard-boiled eggs for Halloween and tell them to go keto. That's awesome. Yes, I'm aware that apples have 25 grams of carbs. Doesn't matter if it's keto or not. If it's under 20 grams of carbs, you're good. Just so you know. Don't tell anyone I told you that, but it's true. And, okay, I'm going to pick that apart just for fun, because I think you were just being whatever, but ketosis, this is a secret. Ketosis is not what drives fat loss. I know it's what everybody tells you, but it's not true. Guess what drives fat loss, guys? Eating less than your body burns. That's it. Caloric deficit is what drives it, which is why I say keep your proteins up and your fats down. You'll lose weight. That is how it works. It is caloric deficit, and that's why it works. And the one beauty of keto is that you're not hungry. So you can choose how much you want to eat, right? It gives you control. It gives you power. It also makes it easier for your body to switch back and forth between burning your body fat and burning dietary fat. But I'll tell you what, if you eat too much dietary fat, take it from someone who knows, you will still go up on the scale. You will still put on fat if you exceed what your body burns in calories. That is an actual fact. Don't let anyone like Goody Beats try and talk you out of that. All right. Okay. Hi, Wendy Barron. Good to see you. Okay, let's see. Yes, Karen says she has diabetes and she tests her blood sugar, and it does raise blood sugar. I'm not talking about blood sugar. I was talking about ketosis. It can spike your blood sugar. So if you're diabetic, this may not work for you. You may want to have a different option. I know that, why can't I remember his channel name? It's 80 keto, but it's like high fat fun now, I think. High fat fun? Fat fit fun? Dang it. I don't know. It's look up 80 keto. It'll still come up. Why do you have to change it? He has a recipe on his channel for gummies. I keep meaning to try them. I even have the molds. I just never get that far of making your own, and that's probably a way better option because then you can choose what goes in it, and it's not fiber. I think he uses just gelatin. So I personally like the bite of the fiber in these. To me, it's all about texture. So I really love them. But yeah, if you are diabetic, you probably shouldn't do them because they can spike your blood sugar. At least according to most people on the tubes. All right, let's see. The pumpkin with gravy is so good. I also, last year, I think it was on Keto Chaos last year. I did keto dinner and a pumpkin. I showed how I do dinner and a pumpkin with my kids on Halloween. We actually scrape out the pumpkins. We do medium-sized pumpkins, and we cook the actual food inside the pumpkin. The kids' ones has rice, and mine doesn't. And we draw faces on them, and they melt and get all squishy, and it's funny. It's pretty funny, but yeah, you scrape out the pumpkin with it. It's harder to track that way, which is why I did it the other way for the video. But if you're not tracking on Halloween, which is another thing sometimes I do on holidays, where I just don't track, I just eat what I feel like eating, and I just don't eat the carbs, that can work for that too. So check out that video from last year. I think it was from last year where we did a collab. We did a collab with somebody for a keto meal. It might have been on Hide and Seek. I'm not sure. If I get a chance and I remember, I will try and link that in the about section below. I will try. All right, let's see. Hey, Nona Grace, welcome. Hey, Dairy for Keto, you're the one who's Sarah. See, I knew there was a Sarah. I'm going to get it. Dairy for Keto is Sarah. Keto Grace is Debbie. I can do this. I can do this. I really can. I'm going to get there. You like my hair with the headband, huh? Thanks. I appreciate it. Did I hint that the boy was always angry or the girl was? The girl. The girl is always angry. If you've been watching Hide and Seek, we did a preview shopping video where Virginia played the sister that was always angry and gave a clue at the very end of the video right after the don't forget to like part. Come on, you can do this, Karen. You got this. You got this. You can do it. But I'm not going to say it out loud if you say it. I will just go give you a thumbs up if it's right. High fat, high fun. Oh my gosh. What a name. High fat, high fun. That is crazy. All right. You guys aren't chatty today. Where's all the questions? Who wants to talk? Man, we're going to be like having a super short video. The latest video or the one before? It is the one, it's I can't remember what it's called. It's not yesterday's, it's the day before. Yesterday's was braces. Yeah, day before was when we gave the hint about, was the shopping with the girls. The thumbnail is a picture of them blurred out, their costumes blurred out. Well, I didn't really blur them. I gave them grain. You can still kind of see it. The shopping one, yes, that's it. Okay. Wendy says she can't type because she's walking on the treadmill. Go, Wendy. Wendy Barron. If you guys haven't seen Wendy Barron's channel, you definitely check it out. Barron. She does keto videos every single day. I don't know how she does that. Of course, if I wasn't doing hide and seek, maybe I could do keto videos every single day. I did Vlogmas last year, and I think the very first year I did August, Vlogust, and then October, Vlogtober. I can't do it on this channel anymore. It's overwhelmed. I can't come up with enough stuff from my own life to talk about. I am piecing together a video. I'm trying to piece together a video about how my life has changed since starting keto. And it's just kind of all over the place. I don't know. I'm not really gathering it together very well. Today, I will be going to try on my costume for the first time, which gives me a high amount of anxiety. My costume is for the Nutcracker. I am playing a party parent, which is basically in the very beginning scene, the party scene, where Clara receives the Nutcracker doll from her uncle. It is the parents of some of the other children who are at the party. And there is a lot of dancing involved. It It involves a lot of polka steps and dancing in character shoes. And ever since my kids started this Nutcracker 15 years ago, I'm not kidding, 15 years we've been doing this, I have dreamed of being in that scene. And every year I would tell myself, this is the year I'm going to lose all the weight and I'm going to be in the Nutcracker. This is the year I'm going to do it. And even after I started losing the weight, I still found I was too chicken to do it. I could have done it probably the first year. Some of the girls in it aren't too small, I've noticed. And I'm like, man, I really thought you had to be like a size medium or small to be in this, but you apparently don't. And I could have done it sooner, but I was too chicken. Last year, I definitely could have done it, and I didn't. This year, I just freaking steeled myself, and I wrote my name down, and I just did it. And the first day, like, nearly paralyzed me with fear. I think that's the most scared. Other than driving home the other day from Washington, that was literally the most scared I've ever been. I literally thought we were going to die that day. But besides that, it's the most anxiety that I have had in a really long time. I was so afraid to go in. I almost couldn't make myself do it. If I hadn't talked to my brave 17-year-old, who was also the one who drove down those mountain roads in the rain, because his prefrontal cortex is still forming. He's the only one who could have done it. He's like, I felt totally in control. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, no. It was not control. It was the furthest from control. Anyway, if he wasn't with me, giving me the strength to walk in that door and being my partner, giving me the courage to do it, I don't know that I could have done it. I'm really grateful to him for being willing to do it with me. And it has become something I've been really enjoying. The dancing is doable. I am capable of it. I don't look like a fat cow. I thought for sure I would. There's mirrors on every wall. It's hard to see yourself bouncing around, doing polka steps and not feeling comfortable with the dance moves. And that's just one thing that I'm doing now that I didn't ever think. I mean, I always dreamed of doing it. I always said I was going to do it, but I honestly never really thought it would happen. Those things that you just like, it's a pipe dream, right? It's a pipe dream. And it's a pipe dream coming true. And that's one thing keto has given me is bravery, right? Not just losing the weight and physically being able to do things, but like courage to do it. Because it's not easy. I'm going to be up there for performance after performance after performance, and I am going to be sick to my stomach every single time. I know it. But I also know I'm going to love every single minute of it. I love being on stage. I always have, and I just know it's going to be wonderful. And plus, I'll have my lovely son with me to give me strength and courage. He is 250 pounds and 6'2" at age 17, so he's much bigger than me now. He has to do kind of little lifts and with me and things like that, and I'm very safe and secure with him next to me. And he's very much feels like a support, and it feels really wonderful. What's ironic is last year I hit 187 pounds lost, and I was 187 pounds exactly, and he was also 187 pounds. So in a year, he's put on 70 pounds. Whoa. He's a big boy. A lot of it is muscle. He's a ballet dancer. Ballet, not belly. Ballet dancer. He lifts a girl. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. Some of it is chub because he knows he should be doing keto and he doesn't want to. We talk about it a lot, but someday he will, and he has the tools. So he's gluten-free though, so there's that because he has an allergy. I think he has celiac disease as well. I think probably I do too, and it just was never diagnosed. Now that I'm learning more and more about it, I think, answers a lot of my questions about why I couldn't live eating gluten and how I'm so much happier off of gluten. All right, well, I'm on a soapbox now, and I should probably see if there's any more questions. Wendy says she doesn't really edit her videos, and that's why she can get one up every single day. That's awesome. I edit all of them except this. The live chats are nice because I don't have to edit them, but then they tend to be really long because I ramble and ramble and ramble, and I can't cut out all of my ums and so's. And so anyway, I say that a lot. Just say now. Okay. Let's see. Keto Grace, who is Debbie, had a loss over the weekend after giving up the candied pecans, but is making more for a Halloween treat. Well, isn't that the nice thing about giving things up, right? Is that we can have them occasionally and then it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal if you're not eating tons of heavy cream every day. When you have a special occasion, making yourself a bowl of heavy cream is a treat, right? So that's one hard thing about maintenance is like I have to try and find treats that aren't daily treats. It gets complicated because I like treats. And when you're doing maintenance, it's easier to do treats, right? So yeah, I know I've had a lot of people comment how I need to stop adding the treats and just have fattier meats. But what's really weird is that I've tried that, and when I do it, when I have like wings or, excuse the screaming children, by the way, when I have wings or like prime rib or things like that, I still don't feel as satiated. I don't know. Figuring it out. Still figuring it out. I promise I won't make a video on maintenance how to until I've really got a handle on it. It'll probably be a few years down the road because it's going to take me a lot of mistakes and a lot of changing things and a lot of mindset shifts to get there. I know it. Right now, I'm in the mindset shift. I'm just trying to figure out the caloric level that stops me from losing. Once I figure out the caloric level, then I'll probably be more willing to wheedle what I'm doing to get there and stop with the keto treats as much. I don't know. We'll see. It's just complicated. It's all complicated. And it's mind games. It's all mind games. Oh, hey, Sarah Truman, welcome. She says she's new here. She's 58. She watches me all the time. She says, I encourage her and the energy is great. What do you do when you're bored and hungry? I started keto and I struggle with this. Okay. Boredom is my nemesis. And it's hard because I struggle with my desire for peace and my fight against boredom. Because in my church, we're always talking about having moments of quiet and peace and zen and time to communicate with God. But I find if I don't keep myself extremely busy and I'm being do things all day long, that I tend to want to eat everything in sight. So I'm torn between the two things. But the answer is that I have a tricks list of what I do to distract myself. I have a lot of mindless games on my phone that I can play. And sometimes I watch YouTube videos or TV and play them at the same time so that my hands are busy. You could knit. Knitting would be a good one. I'm not that creative, but anything working with your hands and keep taking your mind off of things will help. So like mine is Candy Crush, all the variations. I play them constantly all day long. It's what puts me to sleep. It's what wakes me up in the morning. It just keeps my mind from thinking about food. Number one most important though, if you are actually hungry, is to double check your electrolytes. Almost always, if I'm hungry outside my eating window, I am needing some sodium. The amount of sodium that's recommended for keto by Dr. Finney is 5,000 milligrams. I find I need a lot more than that. I need 10,000 milligrams on top of what I put on my food. I usually hit 15 total. And maybe that seems like a crazy amount of sodium, but it's what I need to survive. Yesterday, I hit way more than that and had to stop myself because I kept thinking, I'm so sick, I need more. But I think I'm just legit sick. So I had to stop myself because I think I had, well, I don't even know how much I had. I didn't count it. I just kept taking it. I had so much. It was way more than usual yesterday. And I didn't wake up bloated, thank goodness. With the pumpkin seeds and all the extra salt, I thought for sure I was a goner, but no, thank goodness I wasn't, and I'm relieved. Oh, and of course, I'm also ovulating, which tends to make me also retain water, which is a weird thing, but it is what it is for me. So then if I'm really dying and it's between my meal window, or it's late at night when I don't want to eat, but I'm just munchy, I will binge or not, I don't know, I hate calling it binge, large amount of sugar-free Jell-O. My favorite kind is the Winky brand, and you get it in Walmart by the yogurt in the refrigerator section. It tastes the best. It has the best texture and it has sucralose instead of aspartame. The Jell-O brand uses aspartame, and I don't like the taste of it. The Snack Pack brand, which is available in I think it's like the fruit snacks aisle at Walmart or grocery stores, is okay. It also has sucralose, but it's just doesn't have as much bite. I'm really all about bite. So I get the Winky brand and I'll eat like 4 or 6 of those and it'll fill my stomach up. It doesn't really have any nutritional value whatsoever. It's basically free food. It doesn't really give me, it's not a complete protein, so it doesn't really do anything with my muscle protein synthesis. I don't feel like it takes me out of, if I eat enough of them, technically it will take me out of a fast because they're 5 calories each. If you ate 10 of them, it would take you out of a fast. But I usually can't get in more than 6. It's a lot of dang Jello. So to me, it's a free food. It's what I use to cope. It's best not to use food to cope. But if you absolutely have to, it's a good one. So that's mine. And that and pickles. Pickles is always a good one too, because if it's sodium that's your issue, pickles will fill your stomach. It also gives you some extra sodium. But I just don't love pickles. I'd rather eat Jello. But pickles is a free food too. You can eat as many as you want whenever you want to, pretty much. You'll be okay. All right, let's see. I know I'm far from a fat cow, but I thought that compared to dancers, I would look like, not that I'm fatter than them, because I'm not, but that I was not graceful. Does that make sense? So, maybe I shouldn't say fat cow. Maybe I should just say bull in a china shop. Is that a better description of what I think I would look like dancing on the stage? Because it's nerve-wracking. But it's a lot of lifting my shoulders, hopping, and believe it or not, dancing in the character shoes isn't horribly miserable. I've spent my whole entire life avoiding heels because it hurt so bad to walk in them. I can't believe I'm dancing for an hour and my feet don't hurt. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It's like a gift. Okay, candy pecans, guys. You're making me want some candy pecans now. Dang it. I might have to try that. Send me your recipes. Is it with brown sugar erythritol? I don't have any of that. All I have is the regular erythritol and the powdered. But I'm willing to try anything. I don't have any pecans, though. I have to get some. Yeah. Jana Koenig says, I couldn't drive down Washington Mountains. My bestie had to fly to Washington and come and get me. She's a very good driver. Youth equals brave or stupid. Yep, both. 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 They don't think they can die, so they don't get scared. And gosh dang it, like if I didn't have to be there to lead the dang choir, I would have pulled over and waited it out. Dave says it's a good thing I didn't, because the storms apparently got worse and some of the roads flooded, at least according to his information. I don't know where he got that information from, but he says he's glad we didn't stop, and he's glad we didn't die. And it was legit sad because there was no signal there. And so I thought that I wouldn't be able to, I couldn't text Dave. I was going to text him that I loved him and I wanted to say goodbye just in case, and I couldn't send it. It was awful. I started crying when we finally got signal again. Oh, guys. Not for the faint of heart. And I may have to do it again because, his fiance is living up there. And I may have to drive him up there again. I think it would be cheaper for us to fly her here. It's only like $200 to fly to Seattle. Why didn't we fly? We spent $200 in gas. Between all the money we spent on food, it probably would have been cheaper to fly. I think we'll fly next time. We'll see. I look great in yellow. That is not something I thought anyone would ever say. Thank you. It's not my color, but thank you. Hey, Andrea Johns. Hello, girl. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. If you have any questions for me or in the question and answer portion of the video, if you want to know what we talked about with keto candy, got to go back to the beginning. But I know I do need to be nicer to myself. You're so sweet. It's just hard, It's hard when you are so used to seeing yourself one way. It's hard to see yourself another way. And I always just feel like everyone's still looking at me and expecting stuff from me. And I don't know. So I am a little harder on myself probably than I need to be. And I have to say, it is really nice being in the dance studio, looking around at all the other ladies and realizing that I'm not the fattest one in the room, that there's other ladies doing the same thing that I was doing. I should have been braver to do before now, right? Now I'm one of the tinier ones in the room. It's weird. It's cool, but it's weird. And I'm also dancing with people that, are very self-conscious about how they look, to the point where they've done a lot of plastic surgery. And one person in particular would not speak to me when I was fat. And when I got skinny, she could talk to me because she legit can't talk to me. I mean, she couldn't talk to people that are overweight. I think. I'm not sure. But it seems that way. She would email me a lot, but not actually talk to me. But then when I lost the weight, it was all of a sudden like we were palsies. It was weird. Anyway, I love her anyway. She's a sweet woman. And we all have our things. Okay, so regular erythritol with almonds or walnut. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. It is sad, and I feel bad for her. Yes, I agree. And that's why one thing that makes me nervous about getting any kind of surgery is that I might get addicted to it and then it might become my new normal too. And I don't really want that to happen to me. I definitely want my arms done, but I'm super nervous about that. It can be an addicting thing, just like fasting can be an addicting thing, just like tattoos can be an addicting thing. All things can become addicting to a person like me who has an addictive personality. And it's really good to not transfer your addiction from one thing to another, right? Like, I don't know. I haven't really found a new addiction other than maybe YouTube. I think YouTube is an addiction. I get antsy and want to make YouTube videos. I think about YouTube all the time. I love YouTube in a not healthy way. Did I just admit that? See, you guys, if you come to the end of the video, you always get to find out the fun stuff. I always get a little bit more crazy at the end of the video when I know people probably stopped watching ages ago. YouTube's addicting in a healthy way. It's keeping me accountable for sure. For sure. You guys keep me accountable. Anytime I'm even tempted to look twice at a piece of candy, I go, nope, I have to tell YouTube. Can't even go there. So I think that you guys have helped me find healthy ways to talk about my issues, get them out there, bounce them off people. Talking through things has always been helpful to me, and talking to you guys means I'm not talking to everybody on the planet, which has been really helpful for my impersonal relationships with people. Now, I can actually sit in a room with a bunch of people and say nothing. And that is like a huge milestone, because there has not been a time where I didn't feel like I had to fill the dead space. And I know I always get that look on people's faces of, wow, Tamra, you're talking so much. Do you ever stop talking? And I can't stop myself from talking because I just feel uncomfortable when I'm not talking. I think when I was bigger, talking helped me deflect. It made me feel like I was deflecting people from seeing my body, and instead trying to get them to see my insides. And now I don't feel like I have to do that as much. I don't know. I try and figure it out, but a lot has changed. A lot has changed. Some things for the good and some things for the not so good. I'm not as bubbly and fun as I used to be. And that is the honest truth. I'm not as fun of a mom, but I'm also not as mean of a mom. I'm more like a Prozac mom. And it feels like I'm on Prozac. Not even kidding. Keto is like literally Prozac for me. I feel like I'm always here and I can't ever go whoa or whoa. I'm like, And if I start to feel sad, it's like to here. And if I get happy, it's like to here. I never get manic or down. And I think that's probably a normal feeling. But I'm so used to living my life manic that I feel like I'm not as fun and bubbly as I used to be. But I like this calm feeling. And so I always tell my kids, sorry I'm not as fun as I used to be, but at least I'm not screaming at you all day. All right? All right, kiddos? Yeah. Sarah, you used to be 98 pounds and a dancer in your teenage years. Oh my gosh. That's my daughter right now. She's 18 and she's 99 pounds. She's 5 foot tall. She's this tiny little thing. And she's a beautiful, beautiful dancer. If you guys, okay, here's another secret. I didn't share this on my Facebook page. If you go onto my personal Facebook page or on my Hide and Seek Facebook page, if you look up Hide and Seek, Hyde, on Facebook, you'll find a video of me dancing jazz. Well, it's more contemporary than jazz. Dancing a contemporary combo with my 18-year-old daughter who taught it to me. Best day ever. I don't look awesome, but man, I can do a nice arabesque. Can I just say? Some parts of that video make me so proud. Some parts make me think I still have some work to do. But some parts make me think, holy crap, how is that me? So if you want to see that video, I didn't post it on Keto. I just posted it on Hide and Seek and on my personal Facebook public. But my personal favorite Facebook is, don't add me as a friend because I won't add you, just so you know. Tamra, Tamra, Gull, Gull, Hyde, Hyde. There's a lot. I have a lot of friend requests. I really only add people that I'm very close to on my personal Facebook. So if you want to hang out with me on Facebook, you got to join Keto Chaos Facebook group. And that's where I hang out. And I talk to you there. All right. Woo. That made me misty. You guys should check it out. All right. Hey, Carly's mama. Thank you for mentioning your name. I'm going to get it. Tanya, Carly's mama. Love it. Okay. Let's see. Karen says she's good at sitting in a room and saying nothing. Karen, I think that's the only thing that's different about us. She's a character. We're really, really, really similar. Might need to come to the church's addiction recovery class. I could, but there are some things I disagree with on that. So yeah. I think the church needs their own addiction recovery. I think it needs to let go of the addiction recovery that it's taken from other addiction recovery things. And until they do that, I don't know that I'm going to be up on advocating for it because I just feel like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I should probably take the class before I make judgments about it. Hey, Regina Roberts, welcome. Karen says she thinks I'm fun. That's awesome. Less than up on the glycinate and take more malate. It could happen. It could happen. I don't know if that would help, though. Maybe. Hey, Nayla Soul. Good to see you in and out. Switching our food addiction to another is very common, hard not to do, which is why I'm glad when you folks on your weight loss journey discuss and share ideas on how to work through the issues in healthy ways. Yeah, I'm trying to be addicted to good things like dancing, like hanging out with my kids, like taking nice long baths and taking care of myself, taking care of my skin and doing face masks, doing things for myself. Shopping has always been an addiction of mine, and I have found that it doesn't give me as much pleasure as it used to, which is probably a good thing because that means I can shop logically. But shopping is definitely one that I like to do and makes me feel better trying to dress myself. And I do have a video about that coming out too, but I'm still trying to figure that one out too. I have a whole bunch of clips of me trying stuff on, but I just don't know what to say about it. I don't know how to talk about it yet. I'm working on that. I'm trying to figure out these videos, guys. My regular videos, I got that in hand, but all the extra stuff, for some reason, it's harder for me. I don't know. Vlogging is so much easier. You just talk about what happens. Like the other day, this won't be posted until probably November 9th or 10th, 8th, 9th or 10th. And I don't even, if my kid lets me post it. But the other day at our Halloween party where Dave accidentally almost poisoned Virginia, those things happen in real life. I didn't have to make that up. That was fun. Okay, I have to tell the story now because we're almost at 1 hour and you guys are still here, so you deserve something fun and juicy. So this is what happened. We're having our party. Virginia, like always, has stomach problems. She has pain in her. It could be her uterus. It could be her ovaries. It could be her intestines. It's hard to tell. She gets it a lot, which is why I think she has celiac disease, but she hasn't eaten or been exposed to anything. I have to be quiet because she might be listening. I hope I don't get in trouble for telling you. She sometimes watches these videos. Anyway, she had stomach pain, and we're in the middle of the party, and she's being a Debbie Downer like usual. I shouldn't say Debbie Downer since Keto Grace is here. She's just being a downer, a party pooper. And we decided to tell her, I said, do you have your ibuprofen? The girl has ibuprofen. She takes a lot. She has it in her bag because of how much she has stomach problems. No, we haven't had her tested because I know they're just going to do a bunch of stuff and it's not going to give us any answers. We're just trying to figure it out dietarily for now. Anyway, so told her to take some ibuprofen. She didn't have it with her. So I asked my mother-in-law, do you have any ibuprofen? And I'm busy carving pumpkins. I'm not paying attention. And, my mother-in-law says, I have Tylenol. Is that okay? Dave's like, they have this Tylenol. And I'm like, okay, Tylenol's fine, whatever. It probably helps. She's never tried Tylenol, but, worth a try. So Dave gives her a couple of Tylenol. I'm not paying any attention. He gives her a couple of Tylenol. We move on. We're carving pumpkins, right? All of a sudden, in the middle of carving pumpkins, Virginia leaves. She just stops carving pumpkins and she goes and sits on the couch. A few minutes later, she comes back in and she's like, Mom, I can't keep my eyes open. I just feel so bad. And I'm like, honey, well, maybe you're just tired. Why don't you just go lay down for a while? Like it's probably fine. Oh, no, no, no. That's not what I said. What I said was, I bet it's your sodium. I've been telling you all day you need some sodium because she's gluten free. She doesn't do well on her sole water. I try to get her to do sole water. She hates it. I try to get her to swallow salt. She will always fight me on it, but then she'll eventually give in. And it always makes her feel better. And I told her, I said, you need some salt. And she's like, no, I don't want it. She throws this big fit. And I'm like, I'm going to get you some apple juice and with some salt in it. I'm going to make you drink it. You're going to have some salt. It's going to happen right now. So she's like, ah. So I go and I find apple juice and I put a little bit of sole water, like maybe a teaspoon or two, not even very much at all. Set it down on the counter and I go to find her. I find her collapsed in the hall. And I'm like, okay, she's being extra dramatic. I mean, she's not a dramatic person on the regular. She does complain about her stomach a lot. And so kind of it's just like a thing, and here she is collapsed on the floor and she's crying. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, what is your deal? Is your stomach hurting? No. What is your deal? I can't stay awake. And I'm like, okay, well, we're going to get some sodium in you because I'm telling you, you're dehydrated. Get up and let's get you onto the couch. So I walked her to the couch. No, no, no. See, I'm forgetting the story already. My friend is there. Her daughter has diabetes, and my friend says, oh my gosh, you have to check her blood sugar. And I'm like, yes, we do. I said, do you have a way to? Yes. She has one extra poker sticker with her. She has one of those arm thingy-majigs, so she doesn't have a lot of poker sticks with her. She had one. And she's like, okay, we're going to test her. She threw the biggest fit. She's screaming, like dying. Like, it was weird. She doesn't usually do that. We poke her finger. She's not happy about it. Check her blood sugar, 102. She's golden. She just ate a bunch of candy. She's 102. Fine. Relief, right? Relief. We're all relieved right now that it's not juvenile diabetes because that was one of my first thoughts too. Not that. So we go put her on the couch and I'm like, okay, you've got to be dehydrated. We're just going to give you some apple juice with sole water. And she's laying like this on the couch. And I'm like, what is her deal? And I'm like, you're taking this sodium. And I like poured some in her mouth and she everywhere just spat it all over me, all over everything. And I was like so ticked at her, like so mad at her. I was like, you little brat. I can't believe you did that. You're never getting better. I said, okay, well, I guess we're going to the ER then. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, okay, that's not a good sign. I'm like, okay, before we go to the ER, let us talk about everything that she consumed and see if there's anything we can pinpoint that is causing this reaction. So we went over everything. And I'm like, okay, she took Tylenol. Maybe this is a weird allergic reaction to Tylenol. She's totally outside the door now. I hear her. Sorry, Virginia. She's going to kill me. Anyway, I have to tell you the rest of the story, right? We find the bottle of Tylenol. My husband is not that good at reading labels. First of all, it was 500 milligram Tylenol, not 200 milligram, and he gave her 2 of them. And it was Tylenol PM. We started laughing. And I'm like, dang, you're killing the kid. And I'm like, okay, we're calling poison control. We aren't going to the ER. We're calling poison control. So sure enough, we call poison control. We tell them the whole story, and they're like, she's fine. She hasn't had enough to be dangerous. She just needs to sleep it off. Just tell her to go to sleep. She slept for about an hour. She woke up, and she was mostly okay. The next morning, she was still kind of groggy, but it was no big deal. But oh my gosh, I'm like, Dave, you almost poisoned our kid. Stuff like that happens when you're vlogging. Trying to come up with a video where you put a bunch of clips together that you're trying to think of all over randomly and put them together is really hard. And trying to carve out time where you like record a video beginning to end is also really difficult. So that's my dilemma when I'm coming up with an extra video. So whenever you see those extra videos, take heart and know how much I worked on that because it's way harder for me to do. And that's why I give them to the Patreons first because they donate to the channel. And people that donate money to the channel, I feel like they deserve the extra work first before everybody else because they're the ones that are like helping support me and my family and like help me be able to actually do stuff like that. So that's why I give them to the Patreons first. Hopefully it doesn't offend anyone, but it is why I do it that way. And plus, the Patreons deserve to have something for their donation, right? I mean, they don't donate for nothing. They should have something. So, I don't know. It's a potato kind of deal. It's hard to manage it. But yeah, it is what it is. Okay, we're at an hour. If there's not any crazy question, I am going to just be done. Dave is listening. Hi, Dave. That would be my hubby. Who almost poisoned my child. Hey, it was your fault, man. It's totally your fault. You should read a label. Read the label. I'm still laughing. He was laying with her on his chest. He felt so bad. My mother-in-law was crying over it because she thought it was her fault. And she's like laying on Dave. And everyone's like, you should take a picture of them and make that the thumbnail and make the title. I almost poisoned my daughter. I'm like, oh yeah, that'll get the views. Gonna probably get flagged for not being appropriate for every viewer. I don't know, but it depends on Virginia. If she says I can share her crying fit, which I did record because I happen to have the camera in my hand, then it'll be on there. If it isn't, you'll know she said no. It's really up to her. It's not up to me. So I can tell the story, but showing her crying, you know. How do you start keto? Go to my beginners playlist. Join us on Facebook. I have a getting started guide, or send me an email to ketochaos@gmail.com and I'll send you a getting started guide. Super easy. It's not abdominal migraines. I know because that's my older son. Oliver, the 17-year-old, had those, and those tended to be more in her upper abdomen. These legit seem like period cramps, and I keep waiting for her to start her period. I really think it might be ovaries. I really do. I think it's probably an age thing, a hormone thing, rather than a dietary thing. But it's a crapshoot. Parenting is a crapshoot, right, guys? All the time. All right. Oh, Christina, I'm sorry you didn't get a notification. I need to just remember. I need to remember to start sooner and notify everybody on Facebook and stuff too, because that helps. I know. I'm sorry. Hey, Brandon and Melissa, welcome. I'm glad you're here. You'll have to rewatch. We're about done. Oh, thank you for saying poor Virginia. I know. I felt so bad for her. Poor Dave. Yeah, exactly. Dave. I love him. I love him. He's the best. Bunk 8720, you're my hubby? Last time I checked, I've been married 26 years to Dave, so don't think so, man. Sorry, kid. All right, let's see. And besides, I'm 44. I've got 9 kids. You don't want to be my hubby. It didn't have carbs. Well, there's something. She could have PCOS. Good point. Yep, I have thought of that too. But I don't know. And I don't know how you would even know. Like, until she starts her period, I don't really know. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. All right. Yeah, I have been trying to convince her to do keto because for helping with the hormones and things like that. She gets close, but not quite. So she is totally gluten-free, but she's also dairy-free, which makes keto harder. She doesn't want to give up her sugar, but I noticed that she makes better choices about her sugars lately. I think as she gets older, she's starting to pay more attention to being physically fit because she's a dancer. And I think that eventually she'll probably have to go full keto. But yeah, I definitely could ask and get an ultrasound and see what happens. If it gets severe, like to the point where she cannot function, I mean, I'll definitely take her in. But it's just so... I just have so many friends who've taken their kids in for stomach issues and the doctors are just like, huh? I don't know. I want to make sure that I have something legit that they can find. Can't test for celiac because she's been off gluten for so long. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, I gotta go. Hey, Karen, you could go and kick that dude there too. The one that's my hubby. And maybe I can do that. Let's see. I don't know if I can do it. It doesn't let me. Why doesn't it let me? Anyway, if you want to go up and find him and like say him bye-bye from my channel, I would appreciate that. All right. Well, I will keep PCOS in mind for sure. For sure. I really hope it's not that though. Dang it. Hard road. I know you guys know. All right. I love you all so much, but I got to go. Get your keto Halloween on, guys. Don't be Halloween Grinches. Get those kids some treats that are safe for you. All right. I love you all so much. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.